I'm here with Joey Kurtzman, and we're talking about holy matters.
Hello, hello, team. We are.
And where's my football?
In the end, all matters are holy. That's what I've discovered.
And so I was reading this book by an editor at one of the major publishing houses, and the name will come to me. He recently published a book on Eisenhower, and he has a story about in his life as an editor, he'd have to go out to recalcitrant authors who the publishing house had paid advances to,
Right.
and try to coax their manuscript out of them. And so he'd go to this one guy in particular, and the guy would say, "It's all done. It's all here. Don't worry."
So yeah, when you put it like that, I think that's about as worthless as a tit on a bull.
So Joey promised this week that he would come with notes on a piece of paper. So I asked, "Where's the paper? Show me the paper."
I said that I'd left what inadequate written notes I had elsewhere, but that I had talking points and questions committed to memory, and that's true. I think. I also did bring, so that I don't have to take any more of Luke's paper towels, and I don't have to lug around a massive towel meant for washing after you get out of the shower. I brought a handkerchief. I think this is. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. So, see?
Do you blow your nose in it too?
No. I think that's gross the way people do that. My dearly departed father-in-law, may his name be a blessing, he used to, at restaurants...
When Joey tries to be pious, I can't.
Well, when he was at restaurants, he would blow his nose on their, lovely, nice restaurants. He would blow their nose on their lovely,
They didn't protest because they were afraid he might whack them.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, God, that was his best behavior at restaurants. You couldn't take him to a restaurant. I'll just put it that way.
Let alone shul.
Let alone shul. Oh God.
That's where you learn your shul manners.
Yeah. Well, he did once. I did go with him once to. Well, I was inside a shul with him once. It was at a Sephardic shul for the wedding of a friend. And he kept sitting throughout the whole ceremony, the wedding ceremony, saying over again and again, "This is boring! This is boring!" And he kept going. And then every now and then something would catch his attention and he'd talk about it. But no, he wasn't, he wasn't. Some people you leave at home.
So I need you to carry us for a minute here while I make
Sure.
a live announcement on my side.
Absolutely.
So tell me about your week or anything you've been studying.
My weekend. Oh, here's something I find interesting. My father-in-law was, unbeknownst to even those close to him, was in sort of a covert acolyte of a Christian Armenian mystic named George Gurdjieff. There was a man in Southern California who was kind of the modern-day disciple and heir to George Gurdjieff, and following through on a promise that I made to my father-in-law, I called this man upon my father-in-law's death. And I am now supposed to meet with this Christian Armenian mystic to, I don't know why, but have a meeting with him. He wanted me to read 9 chapters of a book about religious mysticism first. But anyway, I think that's interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to it. And I think the guy is Jewish, because his name is Arthur, and he speaks kind of like Saul Rosenberg from the Jerky Boys. So yeah.
I just did a Facebook update. It's raining, it's pouring, my love life's so boring. and my friend Julie comments, "It's the beard."
It's the beard. That's not true, Julie. Chicks dig beards, kinda, depending, on the context. But I think women like beards. I mean, in general. They respond to facial hair.
Well, they have not responded in a visceral manner to mine. I'll just put it that way.
Well, yours is prophetic.
For 10 months, and it is yet to receive a positive response in
Really?
a empirically verifiable way.
Well, empirical verifiability is a complicated thing, but I mean, no, it's a
a lot of women can say, "I
thing.
like it, I love it, I admire it," but until they show me that they really care
right.
in a concrete, empirically verifiable, falsifiable manner.
But look, that's all about just giving them the opportunity. That's all women really want.
I am so wide open.
Well, look, there's many things about life that I do not know, but I think there are. I know. Well, we have to go. We go out clubbing sometime. I think we will get empirical validation so complete that Karl Popper himself would be looking down and saying, "Yeah, that's it." So, other things that happened this week. My twin nephews had a bar mitzvah, which was very interesting. He was at the I don't know, some synagogue.
Reform.
Yeah, I think. Oh, it was Beit
Reconstructionist.
Shalom. Beit Shalom in Santa Monica.
Sounds reform.
Sounds reform. The cantor was very interesting.
Neil Cummins Daniels, the rabbi.
I'm no good with names, except for mine. But
Do they have a big sign out front saying torture is a violation of human rights?
no.
If it's on 19th Street and if it's around 19th Street in Santa Monica, that's the one.
That may be it. That's an interesting position.
I remember I went there and they used to have a tish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they call it a tish, and it was like a Friday night potluck meal after services. But like watching Reform Jews try to have a tish.
What is a tish exactly? Like
tish is where you gather with your Rebbe. It's what the Hasidim do, and he'll make hamotzi and tear off some bread, and then he'll tear bread and throw it to you, and like everyone's like
grabs at it,
jumping for the rabbi's food, and he'll touch the food and throw it to them,
and then does he put some learning on them at least? Or
yeah, and he throws in some learning, and it's like it's a huge deal.
But do people like scramble over each other for the bread?
Yeah, not in a gross way, or depends on. I guess some of them could be gross, but yeah, it's very enthusiastic. But I just don't think that you have the DNA to be a religious person like that, because I could drop you in the holiest tish in the world, and you just be like, eh? Like there with your towel, wiping your sweat up here.
Very scrupulous.
And it's like, is it okay if I use my cell phone?
No, I hope...
Smoking a cigarette.
Well,
Rebbe, do you have a light? On Shabbos?
Well, I've been doing it. I thought it was humorous. I don't know how it played, but when I've been in the recent days when I've been smoking, in the past months when I've been smoking around religious people on Shabbat, I always take my absence by saying to them, the Rambam said it was actually not just permissible, but a mitzvah to smoke on Shabbat. And it's kind of a joke, but supposedly there was, like, iconoclasts, some, like, heretics used to argue that. I say it as a joke, but they never seem to enjoy it as much as I enjoy saying it. But so it's not true, Rambam didn't say that, did he?
I don't believe he did. It doesn't sound like something the Rambam would say, but...
Yeah, I don't think they smoked. Yeah, it's odd. But no, but it was. I liked being at the synagogue. They were Reform or not. They were pretty cool.
Were they gay friendly?
Oh yes, yeah. Well, and the reason I laugh when you say that is because I was dressed really crazy for one of the things I went to. Like I had a leather, and I don't normally wear leather, but this was I had like a black leather overcoat and like a really bright shirt and kind of goofy pants, and I was telling someone from Atlanta, I was telling him about when I was in Atlanta, and I was like, oh yeah, I slept something. He's like, oh yeah. He said, well, it's real gay friendly in Atlanta, and I just kind of laughed and kept talking. I said yeah, maybe it is. But I didn't correct him, but he was but it was kind of funny.
It's kind of frightening when people can read you like that. It's like, did you see that?
When they can read you like that. Yeah, I felt like he was staring straight into my soul.
Kind of like George Bush and Vladimir Putin.
Yes, right. He looked into my eyes and saw I was a poofta.
There's this movie about an English teacher who was in his 40s and never married, and he wanted to wait until he was married before he'd have sex with his girlfriend. And he was sitting there with his girlfriend watching the Oscars, and this guy gets up after winning an Oscar and says, "I'd like to thank my great gay English teacher from high school."
Oh, I've heard about that one. Keep going.
And so the guy's kind of shocked, and it kind of shakes him up a little bit to be.
But I asked someone about it. Turns out he is gay, right?
Yeah.
Because at first it's like, oh, he just says it out of nowhere, and the guy's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hell, and then, but he turns out he is gay.
Yeah.